Well, I've talked about Total Drama Island, and I've talked about Total Drama Action, so I think it makes sense to talk about the next series. And I think this is the last one I'm going to do for this series because I think this is the only one I feel nostalgia for, so true nostalgia for, so let's talk about Total Drama World Tour. Total Drama World Tour. I wanna be famous. No. 53rd Total Drama series, Total Drama World Tour. Because last season was about movies, this one is a travel around the world on a plane, a broken ass plane, and there's music. Yeah, it's time to do two things this time. Then do music and be a musical and travel around the world. It's kind of funny if you really think about it. But basically, because similar to Total Drama Action, they basically did like a special before this, but basically have Blanley, who I'll dive on a little bit, and this guy basically talk about what Total Drama Actions have been to since then. And after Chris wanted to do another show saying the has-beens. At least a lot of crazy shenanigans, a lot of back and forth, and let's just a lot of tests inside to go on the next season. And Total was definitely a very interesting season. As well as the season definitely is, praiseworthy, the season that has honestly been beloved by a lot of fans. And honestly, myself included, I've always loved World Tour when it first aired. It only there's some aspects I don't think it really aged up really well, and this season is also the start of this is also a season that started the major decline of certain characters. Well, some that will probably want to decline. This one really started the major decline of characters. More than Gwen and Courtney, but we'll definitely touch upon that. But I can still say that Total Drama World Tour is still, despite its issues, and there definitely are some issues with this season. We'll get into those issues. It's always still one of your Total Drama. It's again, coming as after talking or rewatching these episodes many times, or the charm of the characters, or just the charm aspect of these characters and the back and forth between a lot of them, or the interesting aspects, or just their music or the challenges. But I always enjoyed this season, honestly. And of course, as basically players returning, we basically got Owen returning, Gwen, Heather, Duncan, Lashana, EZ, DJ, Lindsay, Bridget, this time without Jeff, Ezekiel, Noah, Tyler, Cody, and Courtney, and Harold. Well, this time bringing in two new other players. The mysterious and the light and hot guy that is Alejandro. And the crazy fan stalkerish character Sierra, who for some reason has a massive crush on Cody. Yeah, we'll get into Sierra. We'll get into Sierra, that's for sure. So again, the season basically is where they go on the plane again, go through a lot of different countries and areas, and then they also decide to do musical where each episode has a song. Also has a song. And I would say the songs are definitely, I would say it's right away. The music in the season, easily by a landslide, the best part of the show. And while there definitely are some songs that are better than others, obviously, I don't think there's any bad song, honestly. And the fact that we got some good quality songs, honestly, it's actually pretty impressive. Again, obviously, like I said, there are some that are better than others, obviously, but I wouldn't say either of them even still, in the worst one, I wouldn't say like they're any bad, honestly, which is, again, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Honestly, as long as I would say I'm still pretty catchy. And I think my favorite part would be Before We Die, Stuck on a Pole, Scene Shanty, which is just one of the most catchiest things ever. Oh, my Izzy, that's definitely another good one. That's actually pretty hilarious. The Grease one with Duncan and Gwen, I forget what it's called. We Both Gwen's Face is also an iconic one. The Condor, this is how we will end it. I'm gonna make it. Like, there are a lot of fucking jams. Like, God, there are a lot of freaking jams on the song. And it does using, despite some of the decline some characters, the cast really does bring it. And even some characters that And similar to action, the characters that have really got a lot of screen time in previous seasons, they get a lot to do. Like, yeah, Ezekiel, who again is the first boot again this season. Well, apparently not really, because Duncan kind of quit, but he ended up coming back. And he goes through a really arc where he ends up trying to stay on the plane and trying to still stay in the game. And then he ends up getting very feral. And honestly, even growing up, I was never a fan of what they did to Ezekiel. Like, I get he's like once played the game and everything, but like, I was never a fan of how someone like him just got so feral and so like I was never a fan of that. I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't fans of that either, but I never was. Even growing up, I was like, really? Why are you doing this boy Ezekiel? He just wanted to play the game. Don't this and this. And then it's got Noah. I think this really started his popularity as a character, because he definitely has some strong moments he's won. But I think this really started his popularity as a character with his one-liners, his sneaky moments, his charm aspects, and realizing who Alejandro is, and even his mom and Owen was actually pretty surprising, charming, and heartwarming actually. Actually, he has some pretty hilarious moments. And it's got Tyler, who gets some of his most hilarious moments in this season, especially with him with Lindsay, and even some nice character moments in general. And even his back for Alejandro is pretty nice. Like, he gets some pretty charming moments with him. Especially he's kind of probably one of the biggest moments in the season, which we'll definitely get into. And yeah, we'll get into that moment. And of course, the big stand, closing out, got Cody, who definitely makes it freaking Final 3 this season. I still like Cody, and he can be kind of creepy at times, especially with his lean towards Gwen, and there definitely were some creepy moments, but I mean, at least he wasn't as towards Rhode Island. And like honestly, I think people forget how kind of creepy he was in that season, at least in the first 3 episodes. And he still gives us moments where they're not as egregious, again, not creepy as someone, but again, we'll get into that. We will get into that. But yeah, a lot of characters have the fun moments. You got Harold having a fun exit, and Bridget having a fun downfall. Lashana having some of his moments. Again, not much. There's also a season that has the first time having 3 teams, and you get one moment basically one team that basically just loses every immunity challenge, which is also that's happened at least one time in Survivor. So that was interesting to see. You got DJ with his ammo curse, which is an okay moment. Okay arc, honestly. Again, I was never like crazy about it, but I never really hated it, honestly. It was just kind of existed, honestly. I don't know why it was so heavily focused on and never really had like a proper conclusion. And that's really the only problem I have with our arc, is that it never really had a proper conclusion. It just animals just hate DJ, animals just hate DJ. Again, no, we just feel so bad for DJ, and like it's crazy he also never really got a proper elimination. Because obviously he ended up leaving Rhode Island because he wasn't scared not from the killer, but just by Heather, and he ended up quitting in action, and he ended up being the last team eliminated for victory. So yeah. And yeah, Izzy just randomly leaving when after the plane crash, and they ended up Owen Izzy. She basically becomes incredibly smart, which is playing into the aftermath, but we'll get into aftermath in general. Again, Noah and Tyler just great in this season in general. Again, and then you also got Blaney being issues later, who is, I mean, I don't pay Blaney, but she's definitely not really that great of a character, honestly. Though she does have one of the best moments in the show. She has one of the best songs with the aftermath, which though she has. I'll probably talk the aftermath as well, which are fine, honestly. In the season, and the first one was okay, honestly, with them laying into the whole Jeopardy stuff. Second one was them bombing the show and the plane ran out of gas. And the third one where basically it was Jeff and Blaney, where basically she basically tricked Bridget into basically going on the wrong plane and helicopter into like, I think it was that whole Arctic, I believe so, honestly. And then Jeff wanted to get his revenge on him. Yeah, Ian sang a song called Hurricane's Brand New, which probably is my favorite song on Total John, because it's just pretty hilarious with Jeff just roasting her, and him trying to keep her longer so she won't get paid, which I did her eventually go on the show. And the film one's also pretty okay. So, but I'll show why also some of the new characters before we get to some of the major parts. Again, we got Alejandro, who is also probably one of the best parts of this season. Basically a male version of Heather, which people compare him to, but one who actually has his own distinct personality and his own distinct motives. seeing him manipulate everyone throughout the game is pretty enticing and pretty fun and hilarious to watch. He also has some pretty hilarious moments as well. And his back point header is basically one of the big highlights of the season. We not only just the chemistry and their love towards each other, but just their rivalry, their back and forth between each other throughout the season. Like, it's just incredible to watch. And then we get to Sierra, who I'm honestly not very mixed on, honestly. So, well, yeah, she can have some pretty hilarious moments. She definitely has some pretty smart moments as well. Well, again, especially with Cody and some of the things that she does to him. Again, it's the thing I mentioned. It's the thing I mentioned that this definitely hasn't aged pretty well, honestly. I don't think this word be that anything. I don't think this word be done anymore nowadays, honestly, because it is pretty creepy. People like, I think people hate Sierra. I don't know if I hate Sierra, because you can't be charming and have some pretty hilarious moments, but yeah, I can definitely see why people hate Sierra, honestly. And of course, we get to the big thing involved in this season that's definitely has a lot of people very split on this season, or despite the season being very played, this is definitely one of the most up and down months in the season. That is the Gwen, Courtney, and Duncan love triangle. Which is a very interesting thing, honestly. Again, I don't really hate it in theory, honestly. I don't hate the love triangle in theory. I think it's more so than the execution, obviously. Basically, Gwen just as a question Duncan, though that it was kind of hinted at a few times throughout the show. So I don't mind that, obviously. And like throughout the season, you see like Gwen and Courtney basically have like a back and forth rivalry throughout the season, and then they actually get along, and then Duncan returns. Then you see Gwen and Duncan kiss in the bathroom, where Tyler just sees it, so and then he ends up revealing it, but basically leads to everyone pretty much hating Gwen, especially Courtney, and even Sierra hates something. And she's like, Gwen, Duncan, duh, but boyfriend Sierra's wrong, and everything. And then leads to Gwen, and then leads to a tie between Gwen and Courtney, and it's like, oh, it's gonna be interesting. And then Courtney ends up accidentally burning Sierra because she was so for the challenge. Because from the challenge. And then leads to Gwen, and the tiebreaker challenge as not being like a fun challenge where leads to Gwen be unfair, eliminated, and Courtney getting to stay along with Courtney, even though Courtney was kind of one of the catalysts, everything going on. Just wow. Again, it's definitely a hate storyline, and honestly for good reason, obviously. And it's definitely a very, very up and down aspect, because while I do definitely see the idea here, and I do see what they're trying to go for, honestly. I think the problem is just how its focus is upon throughout the season, and how much they really hammer in on it. And where you know what happened between these characters and All-Stars, it makes it storyline honestly even worse. And it's really started the true downfall of Gwen and Courtney, and especially what happens in All-Stars, which, yeesh. They talk about character derailment. But also, aside from those issues, honestly, I still do have a blast with World Tour. I still have a smiling face throughout the season. The interactions, the back and forth between a lot of the characters, between a lot of the players, and the challenge is actually a lot of fun. And the music is actually pretty great as well. Again, seeing Alejandro manipulate everybody is pretty enticing to watch. And Cody's listening moment, basically, he could actually get voted on Final Four, actually, but then Sierra accidentally blew the plane with celebrating Cody's birthday, and then it led to her basically being eliminated. Like, wow, interesting. I will let there be some episodes and some bad, as I don't think there's a true down terrible episode on the show, in my opinion. Like any of these episodes, even the aftermath, I can easily just rewatch. Anytime. And it has a pretty great finale. The well maybe some aspects I feel a bit rushed. Again, how it ends with everything about Alejandro is just awesome, even though it has that weird moment Star Wars parody at the end. Just, yeah. But overall, I'm still behind World Tour. I think I probably put in my top 3 favorite seasons, honestly, behind the Soldier Island and the reboots, in the first season of the reboots. And I definitely do still enjoy the season. I can easily just come out to the season where you watch episodes anytime. Again, the hilarious moments. It's basically what you can expect for Total Drama at this point. Again, well, there's some storylines that aren't exactly great. Again, maybe a few aspects that have not aged the best. I will always have fondness for Total Drama World Tour. Well, I hope you join me discussing Total Drama Island, Action, and World Tour. If you guys do want me to see me talk about the actual drama seasons, let me know down below in the comment section. Honestly, like I might just do separate videos that are just like these series, because those are the pieces I feel like the most nostalgic for, so I don't think I feel much of the other seasons, so that's why I'm more talking about the first 3 seasons. But again, in general, hope you all enjoying the series so far. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Several World, Several Productions. I will see you next time. As always, stay cool, but peace.